In this video, we will see 10 basic but essential Excel keyboard shortcuts that will make your workflow easy and smooth. Actually, a little bit more than 10. Let's get started.
A few notes before we begin. These are for Windows users. And second, I'm not going to talk about Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, Ctrl+X, which is for copy, paste and cut in this video. Alright, without much further ado, here is the list.
Now, if you want to download this keyboard shortcuts list as a single page PDF, I've provided that in my Gumroad shop. Just follow this link, or the link is also given in the description below.
Okay, so the first one is about fitting your text to the column's width. As you can see on the screen here, column A has all the text, but the content doesn't fit to the entire cell. So here is a simple keyboard shortcut to fit the text to the column's width. You can do that by double clicking on this here, but we are looking at keyboard shortcuts, so let's see how to do that. You want to hit Alt O C A, Alt O C A, and then it gets done. But the thing here is this column width adjusts to the cell that you have selected. If you want to do that for the longest word or the sentence in your column, go to that particular sentence and then do that same thing, Alt O C A. Or otherwise, what you can do is have this column selected, which has the keyboard shortcut as Ctrl space, which is the second one in our list, and then simply do the Alt O C A, and you will still have this column width done faster. Next, we want to see the text to fit the row width. Just like column width, we want to fit it to the row width. You can see that this is a smaller sentence, but then it has an extra gap. So how do we do that? It's simple. It's Alt O R A, Alt O R A. If you want to do this for multiple cells or the entire column, select that range or the column, just do Alt O R A. Next, it's about renaming your sheet. So here's how to do that. Alt O H R. It's Alt O H R, and then you will automatically see that the cursor comes into this space and you can start renaming it like this. Once done, you just have to hit the enter key on your keyboard. The next on the list is to sum this number. If you have a range of numbers that you want to quickly do a sum, and hit Alt and then equal together to initiate and trigger this sum function, and just hit the enter key, and that will give you the sum of your numbers list. Now next in the list is that if you want to select something and then only select the blank cells in your selection range, what you want to do is hit the F5 key to get this go to dialog box and hit this special. You can do that by doing Alt S to trigger that special, and simply hit K on your keyboard. Now you can see the underlined alphabet here, K, for blank cells. That's what I'm going to do here. You can also do that for everything here. So you can see whichever alphabet you want to, whichever function or special selection you want to do based on this list here, and just see whichever is underlined, and that's how you can get the select special activated. In this case, we want to see how to select the blank cells, so I'm going to do this from the beginning. F5, Alt S, K, and then enter key. So that selects all the empty cells. Now the next in the list is how to fill cells, multiple cells with the same values. So let's say now I want to type in 20, and I want to also type in 20 on all these selected cells. So while in the editing mode, I want to do this Ctrl and then enter key, which will fill all the selected cells with the value. So the keyboard shortcut here is Ctrl Enter. Alright, the next in the list is if you want to go from one cell to another cell, but you have some spaces in between, or if you have some data in between, however you want it, but one end of the grid or the selection range to another end, use the end key on your keyboard. So I'm going to hit the end key now, and then use the arrow keys, left, right, or however I want to go. So now I have the end key. I'm going to hit left, so it immediately jumps to the leftmost text here. Now again, hit the end key. I'm going to hit up arrow, and that will take me to the topmost cell. Again, end and then down, end and then rightmost, which is the rightmost column here, which is empty. You can see the pattern here. Just use the end key and then the arrow keys in combination to navigate faster within your Excel spreadsheet. The next in the list is to select the row. So to do that, I'm going to hit the shift key and then the space bar. And again, naturally the next thing to do here is to select the column. If you want to select the column using the keyboard shortcut, just hit Ctrl space. Alright, the next on the list is if you want to quickly select all the text in your grid or table, you can just do that by Ctrl Shift and then hit the number 8 on your keyboard. Ctrl Shift and 8. That will select the cells which has text in and around it. Now let's go to end this one, and I'm going to do Ctrl Shift 8. This selects this grid of text. So that's how you can select, and then if you want to delete it. So it's a quick selection. Ctrl Shift 8. Instead of selecting this and then selecting like this manually, you can quickly do a Ctrl Shift 8, and that will select the entire range of cells that you have data. Now next in the list is a simple one, which is like a F5 key. So if you want to type any cell reference directly, like if you know which cell you want to go, for example, if I want to go to K6, I just want to type K6 and then hit the enter key, it will take me to that cell. So if you know the cell reference, just type in there, and that's how you can quickly navigate to that particular cell. And this also works good for the ranges. So if you have any named ranges, you can still try and go to those ranges. Now the next on the list is F4 key. It's a pretty useful key which repeats the last action done. Now let's say now I have highlighted this cell and I want to do the same thing here for this selection. I only want to hit the F4 key and boom, it brings up my previous action and then does it immediately. It's like redo, but with the last action in the list. Now if you want to download this list as a single page PDF, as I mentioned before, please just check this link so you can download this PDF copy right away. The link is also given in the description below. Now thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, you please keep learning something new every day, and don't forget to read at least one page in a book every day. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Now if you want to download this list as a single page PDF, it's also given in the it's also linked in the gingham below. If you want to download this list as a single page PDF, if you want to download this keyboard shortcuts list as a single page PDF, I've provided that in my Gumroad shop. Just follow this link, or the link is also given in the description below.